9:17 right now. Our next guests are podcast powerhouses, starting with the Rick H. Show, winner of 2 Latin Podcast Awards.
I feel like Ice Spice resurrected Nicki Minaj's career
agree.
from the grave.
Well,
And I didn't see from the grave.
for me, it was the lack of support, Nicki. For me, looking into the hip hop industry and being a piece of it, it was the lack of support Nicki was giving majority of female artists.
But there came a point where it fell off.
You know, I had that conversation with myself in the car with
Yeah.
and Nicki Minaj. Joining us are Rick Hierro, host of the Rick H. Show podcast and head of podcast at This Group, Inc., Mike Rodriguez, CEO of This Group, Inc., and also of Focus on the Stars podcast, and Don McLeod, COO of This Group, Inc., and also a Focus on the Stars podcast. Guys, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having
Great
me.
having you guys here.
Rick, 200 episodes, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, 200. We're at 205. We just shot 205.
What's it like getting to 200 episodes? And I mean, let's face it, at this point, everybody's got a podcast.
Yes.
So you've got to make your podcast pretty much
Stand
as
out.
non-podcast as possible, just to stand out, right?
Yeah, what we've done is every season we've repackaged, rebranded the pod, and we always bring on interesting stories, interesting guests, and we try to give the best content possible. Then I partnered up with these 2 gentlemen right here, and we launched this podcast network. So they manage a lot of social media influencers. It's probably some of the biggest, and they're transitioning from social media to media. And That's Your Reality was the first show that we launched at the studio, and it's been super successful.
And then to earn 2 Latin Podcast Awards.
Yeah, it's kind of lucky, you know.
Oh, stop.
Up for another 6. This is why we have to get
Up
somebody.
for another
go.
6 on Saturday.
That is so great.
Yeah.
What does that feel like, though? I mean, representation being out there, first of all, in the podcast realm.
Yeah.
But then to receive this recognition.
It feels amazing. The reason why I started the show was to highlight, Blacks and Latinx creatives, and I feel like we've done a great job of it. And now it's my turn to pass it down and help other shows grow. So the Rick A. Show, I'm gonna still continue producing it, but it's more of bringing up those other people behind me. So
That's awesome.
Well, you also have That's Your Reality podcast. What is that?
So Chicla and Melanie, which are two of the biggest social media influencers, probably the funniest. I don't want to get killed out there, but probably the funniest. They have their own show, and the show is based on their relationship, and they give people like a behind-the-scenes look of what their relationship is, and they also have tough conversations, and then they sprinkle in a ton of comedy. So,
A ton.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So Mike and Don, tell us a little bit about Focus on the Stars.
So Focus on the Stars, it was actually Chicla gave us the idea.
Okay.
Right? We started as managers for this company, and we focus on the stars, which is the talent. But also for us, mindset is everything, right? So we don't want you to focus on the ceiling. We want you to focus on the stars. So this is kind of like business, life, the real way, just because a lot of people kind of give this business advice once you are at $1 million and above.
Okay.
Don really put it the best way is like, as you're taking that journey as we are, we kind of want to give you the real deal as far
So
as
like from the ground up.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and it
100%.
especially shows the real world of a manager, and showcasing the steps that we take to get and the influences that we do manage to the next level.
Yeah, well, let's talk about influence, better rep, better guests. Talk about some of the guests you've had on, and who are some of the people you'd love to get on the show.
Wow.
Craig Treadway.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty tough. We would love Craig. OG, we would love OG as well. I've done a couple segments with OG, but we've had Oz Rodriguez, director of SNL. We've had Manny Perez, who's an actor. We've had Mark Lennon, photographer, very famous photographer. Jonathan from Love and Hip Hop. Chicla and Melanie, obviously. Rachel La Loca. Latinos Out Loud is up for a Webby for Best Comedy as well. They're part of the group.
Yep, we're part of the group.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
205.
We're just trying to show a different side of the, like Rick said, the Black and the Latinx. It's like we have
Combining it.
98%, and that's what it is for us.
Yeah.
And just really to teach with all the pods and all the aspects of that.
Well, can you tell us more then about this group? What is it? This Group Inc.
Yeah, this group.
So this is an acronym for trust, honesty, integrity, and success. And the thing is that when it comes to managers, you know, it's especially in the influencer space, it's very transactional. Don and I are very personable.
Yeah.
We're people, right? So we sit there and we speak with the actual person. We don't care how many followers you have, your Instagram, that's cool. Who are you? What are you about? And we try to help you. As far as, hey, do you have a business entity? Let's get that set up. Do you need health insurance? Let's set that up. One of his things is it's not the moments, it's about the career.
Well, let me ask you what it feels like then when you see someone you're helping start to make that upward rise.
I mean, it becomes almost like, I feel like a parent. I don't want to say like you're a child, but you feel like a parent. You're like, oh man, you know, look what we had helped started, and now.
Yes.
Well, more importantly, where can we catch these podcasts, man?
The Rick H Show's on YouTube. You could go to this podcast network on Instagram. It has all the shows.
Awesome.
And on the link of that site, you could go to each individual show.
Yes.
Okay. And even more importantly, when do we get the Rick H snapbacks, man? Because, you know.
We'll take the P.O. box.
I'll send it to you.
Or when you come on one of the shows.
Come on our show.
Okay, well, so there you go.
Yeah, because our studio is in Astoria.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, and thanks for the work that you do.
Thank you.
Because it's so
Thank you.
appreciated by so many
Likewise.
people.
Yeah,
in the community.
definitely.
guys are
Likewise.
amazing.
It's a pleasure. Absolute pleasure, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Continued success.